Hi, welcome to my channel. Here we're going to be doing some woodworking today. It's going to be another episode as I'm still not able to live stream due to my terrible internet connection. So I'm just going to have to record the videos and upload it, and hopefully I get 50 subscribers, then I can start doing it from my phone. But until then, unfortunately we're going to have to do it this way. So it's going to be rather long form content, but again, we're back at it. We're going to be making planing some pallets today. As you can see, I've already got a mountain of pallets already planed. Just need to now finish off the rest of the pallets, then I'll start gluing them together to make a workbench, as I've got nowhere to start doing proper carpentry, as I've got no proper tables, and even stuff like this wobbles like crazy, which is not moving much because it's got a lot of weight on it. But it's not mine, as I'm using my girlfriend's mum's garage. So at the moment I'm using this little fold out workbench. It's really rickety, not very balanced, and yeah, it's a bit of a nightmare. But you got to start somewhere, right? So yeah, welcome to the video, and please like and subscribe, as it really helps out, as I've got a long journey to go. So if you want to witness my journey, then feel free to subscribe, and yeah, I'll see you in later videos. Now you can't even see the wood. If I push it further back and fold down my laptop more, there we go. At least you can see the wood. Don't worry about not seeing me so much. We're using old pallets that are taken apart. They're not in the best condition. Probably not the ideal wood to be using for a workbench. However, I haven't really got any other materials and I don't want to buy any. So I'm going to repurpose what I find and repurpose pallets to make some furniture and all sorts of stuff, so I can start selling it online. Just so you're aware, this is not a how-to guide. Please do not copy how I do things, as I don't really have much experience in carpentry other than doing a year and a half in college, but that was about 18 years ago. So if you want, there's plenty of how-to guides. In fact, if you really want to learn woodworking, there's a really good really good YouTube channel. It's called Paul Sellers. Does all his woodworking by hand. Great videos, very instructive, and yeah, you can learn a lot of good woodworking techniques. Mine is more of a road to glory. Excuse the FIFA puns. Yeah, hopefully videoing this and doing as I go. I'm going to try and stick to the videos being about 45 minutes long, so it's not too much for you guys to watch. And yeah, well, I'm going to keep prattling on and keep doing some woodworking. If you made it this far in the video, I really appreciate it. plane this the other direction, but I'm worried about losing a lot of the quality of the wood. Just realised I didn't do that side as much as I should have done. Oh no, I haven't done that side at all. I started with a bad side. Coming out. Not anymore. Get in there. Oh, 1 second. I forgot to plug in my laptop. And it's charging. You know what? I'm going to turn that around so everything goes the other way. There's a lot of loose fibres on the bread off. I don't like going against the grain because I could take off a lot more wood. Now it could be just my lack of skill, or well, probably just my lack of skill. I'm going to do this. I don't want. Don't really want to turn around and have you facing the other way. I don't want to show you my back either. I'm sure you don't want to watch that. If you are even watching right now. I'm going to do this. Probably the most straightforward, but yeah, there we go. There's probably an easy way I could have done that, but I could not think of it right now. Okay, mainly this side. Put this through anyway. So I'm going to run down this side of the wood. It's against the grain. I usually find it, as I said, takes off a lot more wood, but don't really have much of a choice because there's a lot of really loose fibres, and I don't have any sandpaper right now. So all I've got is my plane and chisels. I don't really want to use my chisels because they take off a lot more than I want to. Although if I do reach any stubborn knots, which I have in the past, I would go over my chisel to try and save my plane so I don't have to sharpen it every 2 minutes. And you probably didn't hear a word of that, so if you didn't, I apologise. If you can hear me, then that's great. And like I said, apologies for the poor quality of sound and video, as I'm just starting out. too worried about taking off too much in one go. Let's try and cut that down. Like I said, this is not a how-to video, so please do not copy me. If I hurt myself, it's my own fault. If you hurt yourself doing the same thing I do, then it's my fault. I can live with hurting myself, I can't live with hurting other people. Right there. Get that bit off. So smooth, just brushing down to the bottom and tearing up that as it comes down. I might have to go with this with my chisel. I don't know if you can see on the video, there's like a bulge just here for the knot raised above this side. So because it's smooth, it's nothing for my plane to grip onto. So it's just coming down, and as it's coming down, it's tearing into this side here. I mean, it doesn't really matter because I'm probably going to use this side of the wood anyway, but it's practice, gives me a good chance to hone my skills. So with soft wood, it's easier to use a chisel, but always be careful because if you don't handle the chisel right, you can end up stabbing yourself, and if you're only good at sharpening, then the chisel is going to be really sharp. These ones are brand new, barely used them, so they come factory quite sharp. So let's try and tie this bit up a little bit. There's another knot just underneath there, which is why it doesn't want to play ball with my plane. Still a bit of a bump just here. Gently persuade that to disappear. Like I said, do not copy this. And if you are going to do it this way, then make sure you don't use a lot of force, if you don't want to accidentally stab yourself. And that's what I'll do there, I'll that into that. I don't want to take off that too much. Bring it down there. It probably doesn't look tidy at all, but it's starting to feel a bit flatter, which is what I'm going for. There. Be careful with splinters. My hands are so used to it by now. Let's give that another go with the plane. But there, that's a bit more bone sugar to take out of that. Just here. I think it's because this bit is lower than this side. From just here. I talk to myself a lot, so don't worry about it if you can't hear everything else. If you actually are carpenters, feel free to give me any tips and tricks, as like I said, it's been 18 years since I did any proper carpentry, and even then I don't know if you can call doing a college class actual proper carpentry, other than learning a few of the basics. But the good thing about doing this with pallet wood is if I mess up a plank, I can just repurpose it into something else, rather than if I'm spending a decent amount of money on wood and I make a mistake, then it's going to cost me more. Whereas the only thing this is going to cost me is time and effort, which is something I have abundance of. Well, maybe not effort, but I have abundance of time. Right there, but I'm not. Shallow passes with my chisel and try not to dig into the wood too much. Just trying to make it a little bit more level. Hopefully my plane will be able to tidy it up once it is. Otherwise, I'm just wasting my time. So I'm just using my hand to guide the top of the chisel and just trying to cut into the fibres but keep the chisel as straight as possible so I don't take off too much. A bit right there, being stubborn. A bit. Just a little bit in there. Too down in that one. Just a bit of a raised bump. Okay. That 21 minutes. Wow. I haven't even got to one piece of wood yet. If you're doing this at home, be mindful, wear gloves. Otherwise you get a lot of blisters, especially if you've got soft hands. Good thing I'm definitely using this side, isn't it? This is probably harder for myself because probably not working with the best of tools or the most sharpest of tools, but it's the thing about learning while you're doing something. You make mistakes, learn from them and try not to repeat them going forward. So a lot of this is trial and error for myself. Hopefully, maybe if you guys see from the start to what I eventually do become, you'll be able to go back and laugh at how inexperienced and pretty poor I am at doing this. A bit of a raised bump. Tell them doing a lot of planing as starting to get a bit of a blister there now. Stop taking off any meaningful amounts of wood. Yeah, I think there's a groove here. It looks thinner here than it does up here. So I should do something about that. At least that side doesn't look any different. Obviously this would be a lot easier with power tools, except I don't really want to use power tools, as I want to learn how people did it before we even had electric, let alone plug-in power tools, as I believe carpentry is a skill that everyone should at least have a good understanding for, or at least if they want to be self-sufficient anyway. If you would have saw this piece of wood when it started, you won't be so surprised why it looks so poor. This was completely tattered. At least you can see a lot of the wood fibres starting to dissipate. Probably do with a good sanding, to be honest. For the most part, it's pretty flat. Back over it quickly. Yeah, see, it's coming up this side, so it's this bit that's lower. One side. Should probably label this video, instead of building my first workbench, should be how to poorly plane wood. But I'm doing all these videos and putting them into a playlist, so you can see from where I started into the workbench I eventually get. Probably not going to be the best of ones, but hopefully it should serve the purpose I need it for. At least we started anyway. And my girlfriend's neighbours, well, my girlfriend's mum's neighbours are probably thinking there's a weirdo in the garage talking to himself. Oh well, helps when you have no shame. This bit. Wow, 30 minutes, I'm still on the same side of the wood. My plan was to do this all live streaming, so I can then go through, crop the videos, and make it into a more watchable like video from start to finish. Instead, I'm going to have to do it like, I don't know, 45 minutes each, which means when it comes to editing the long start to finish from the workbench, probably a lot of this is going to be cut out. So those of you watching from start to finish, I commend you. I'm definitely going to go back home and get my gloves for the next video. Fibers everywhere. Right, so much I can do with this side. Oh. 32 minutes. It's not bad though. You can see there's a lot of loose fibres. All of this was completely threaded. So you see these bits at the top, it was like this the whole way. All of this was a completely different colour. I've had to go over the top of all of it, so I don't really want to throw away any planks unnecessarily. Really the only thing I'm looking for to use a competent workbench is a straight edge down here. These sides, as long as they're flat and can be glued together, I don't really mind what it looks like. But it needs to be able to be glued. And I think that looks pretty flat for the most part. And I'm just going to tidy up this side. Thankfully this side is nowhere near as bad. If you goes over the plane, it should be okay. See this bit, it's a shame. So I want to keep all the natural fibres and the natural knots. That would be a really nice feature on the table, but this side of the wood is really battered. I have to see. This side seems a little bit more usable, but we'll have to see as we go. All of it's going to be plain down anyway, so we'll find out. Doing it again. Sorry, I was live streaming on Twitch that side, so I kept coming to this side, and my brain just keeps telling me to do exactly the same thing. Move this closer so you get to see it, and then pop it back here. Looks like I'm going to go against the grain on this one. Let's see how it goes. If you don't know the difference between soft and hardwood, obviously, unless you actually know wood yourself, you're not really going to be able to tell the difference just by looking at it. But soft wood is very delicate. All the fibres are loose, So if you're unsure whether the wood you're working with is soft or hard, give it a little knock, something hard, and you see little dents and indentations. Obviously this doesn't really matter because it's only going to be the insides, but and then if you go to something like this, if you give it a knock, and this is softwood as well. Don't really have any hardwood apparently. Yeah, it's becoming a lot less visible. If I had the hardwood about to show you, it doesn't damage nowhere near as much. But I can properly hit this and leave an indentation, whereas this one, even the slightest knot. And it's probably because this is pine, if I'm being honest. It seems like pine is a good one to use pallets out of, because it's very easy to cut, very quick to grow. And just some brief knowledge of watching other people on YouTube, I usually talk about pine pallets a lot, so that's just my guess anyway. But you might want to go to someone who's a little bit more knowledgeable than myself. Yeah, I'm going against the grain. Am I? It's hard to tell. It doesn't look like it. Not sure. Probably want to go the other way with this one, if I'm being honest. Whoops. That's going to make that side definitely not usable. Yeah, I'm definitely going to go against the grain. Well, at least I think I am. Just turn this around. That way. Take the clamp on this side. I wonder why I keep saying that. It's because this is really rickety. Whoop. And this fell backwards. Yeah, I think I'm going with the grain this time. pressing all the fibres going downwards. So yeah, this is with the grain. When you go against it, I mean, don't take my word for it, but it seems like, especially in softwood, when you go against it, you have an opportunity to take out a big chunk of wood. Because as soon as you start cutting into it, if you don't have a really sharp plane, which I sharpen mine myself, so probably not as sharp as it needs to be, you have an opportunity to take out a good chunk, and when you're trying to keep things level, it makes it very difficult. That feels a lot smoother this way. Come back here. Much smoother. So I'll turn this. I'll put this clamp over here. Put it up there. Okay. Oh, look at that. It took me 45 minutes to finish off this one piece of wood. Not this whole piece of wood, because I was doing this probably about an hour and a half in total. And it doesn't really look like the best of bits, but it looks flat for the most part. Okay, still a bit missing, but we'll be fine. Alright. Whoa. So, thank you very much for watching. If you did make it this far, write bananas in the comments, and it'd be funny to see people question why people put bananas. At least I know that you've actually got to the end of the video. But again, if you have made it this far, thank you very much. It means a lot. Take care. Bye.